when you're with a woman and she's constantly asking you, so what is, so what is this, and what's our relationship, and where are we taking this, and all, and then she starts coming with like maybe ultimatums, or she's like, oh well, if we're not doing this, or if we're not married by a certain time, or if am I your girlfriend, or am I your wife, or are we dating with a purpose? And when you have a woman asking you all those type of questions constantly, that's a red flag, because what she's basically saying to you is that my level of submission, my level of femininity, and the respect that I need to have for you as a woman is conditional.
I'm Keith, winner of the Bad Boy membership contest. I recently joined the Bad Boy membership, but I wish I'd done it a long time ago, because the content is the real deal. It helps you become more secure, confident, and masculine, which will help you in all aspects of your life, but especially with women. So thank you for the prizes that I won, but the real thanks is for the powerful content. Get on the Bad Boy membership now. You won't regret it.
Go to badboymembership.com. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com.
What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. Shout out to Lucario. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to everybody on the Bad Boy membership. Shout out to everybody that checked out the Game Kings documentary. And if you haven't checked out the Game Kings documentary as of yet, you might want to join the Bad Boy membership, because remember, once you join the membership, you can always stream the documentary, the Game Kings documentary. All right. But if you want your own individual copy of the documentary by itself, then go to mrlucario.com and pick that up. All right. But other than that, you need to get on that Bad Boy membership, because we have so much content that helps with everything concerning dating, confidence, self-improvement, masculinity, dealing with these chicks. You understand? Everything. All right. So check it out. And then it's still growing, right? It's a gift that keeps on giving, because every month we update it with a new program, right? And there are also, like I said, you got the documentary on there, and you also have seminars and certain other special programs that you can't find anywhere else. All right. So get on that Bad Boy membership or mrlucario.com. All right. Appreciate you. Now, what I want to talk about today real quick is I want to talk about the reason why a man should never try to put a label on a relationship, or why a man never needs to put a label on a relationship, and to remind guys to always be aware of a woman who's always trying to put a label on a relationship. All right. Now, so the first talking point is the reason why a man never needs to ask the status of his relationship with any female, right? And that's because if he's actually a man, like if he's masculine, if he has alpha tendencies, if he truly believes in his value and understands his value, and he carries himself like a masculine man just about treats every woman he's dealing with the same. You understand? Because in almost all situations, as a man, you are a protector, a provider. You bring knowledge, you bring leadership, you bring instruction, right? You bring what a man brings, right? You're a natural leader. You are a natural catalyst for a woman's feminine. You're a natural catalyst for the inspiration of a woman to be her feminine self, right? Because just by you being masculine and her being a reactionary creature, as women are, they're very reactionary, whether emotionally or through, hive mentality or groupthink or whatever, or just the ability to be influenced through their emotions and just by the way that they think naturally. You are the catalyst for what a woman does, right? So naturally they're looking towards you for leadership. So when you carry yourself a certain way, you carry yourself as a man should, you already have that understanding. You already maintain a certain level of integrity, a certain level of consistency. You lead by example at all times, right? And you do this for pretty much any woman you're dealing with. It could be your sister, your little cousin, your mom, or it could be a woman that you're dating. But the bottom line is you carry yourself a certain way, because being that you are a man, you know, if you're walking in the street with them, you're standing on a certain side of the street. If you're in a restaurant, or if you're in, you know, if you're in a some type of a business establishment, you're always aware of your surroundings, because you always have to make sure that you can, if you need to exit, if you need to, you know, get down on the ground, if somebody's doing something crazy, or if you need to, you know, deal with some type of confrontation, you're the first one to step up to do that, period. You understand? So as men, we carry a certain responsibility regardless. So it really doesn't matter who or what we're dealing with. Our role is standard. Our role comes with the territory of being a man. Now, and even if you're, you know, because I mentioned, you know, dealing with female family members, but even when they're not your family and then it becomes more intimate and sexual, you still, even within the realm of sex or romance or intimacy, you still control the scene. You still control the situation. You still lead by example, right? You know, because as a man dealing with a woman in an intimate or sexual way, a woman is turned on by the fact that you have the ability to either harm, or to either bring harm or to bring pleasure. And by you controlling yourself and controlling your ability to do either or, she has to put some sort of level of trust in you. And it's the same type of trust that any woman puts in a man when they're out. I mean, whether she knows it or not, you know, she could even be one of those, you know, independent women that think they don't need no man and so on and so forth. But if the shit really hits the fan, you'll see all of those independent women and social justice warriors looking to a man to, you know, to stand in front of to stand in the fire, to get in front of them, to catch the bullet, to, you know, to do what they need to do to make sure, you know, that they are protected, because that's just the natural, you know, the natural way of being a man. You get what I'm saying? So you have to consider those things. And because we are that way, because the guy who's carrying himself as a man is that way naturally, he doesn't have to ask, what is the status of this relationship when he's dealing with a chick? He doesn't have to ask that, because he's whether he's a friends with benefits, whether he's a boyfriend or even a husband, he's basically gonna be giving her the same responsibility. You understand? He's gonna carry himself basically the same way. So as a man, you never really have to ask, oh, what are we doing? What is this? You know, what's going on? You don't have to ask those things, because you don't give a woman something that she doesn't earn. And so therefore, if she's not earning it, you only give her what she's earned. You don't have to ask the questions, because as men, we look at what a woman does. We look at her actions. We look at her level of interest, and we move accordingly. So we don't have to ask anything.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99, because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.
Right? And then on the flip side, considering, you know, what I just said, and considering the idea of integrity and consistency and so forth, when you're with a woman and she's constantly asking you, so what is this, and what's our relationship, and you know, where are we taking this, and all, and then she starts coming with like maybe ultimatums, or she's like, oh well, if we're not doing this, or if we're not married by a certain time, or if, you know, am I your girlfriend, or am I your wife, or are we dating with a purpose? And when you have a woman asking you all those type of questions constantly, that's a red flag, because what she's basically saying to you is that my level of submission, my level of femininity, and the respect that I need to have for you as a woman is conditional. You understand? She's telling you that all the things that that's required of her as a woman in any relationship, she's basically saying to you that to her it's conditional. So that means she'll be feminine, but only if you put a ring on it, or she'll cook and clean and submit only if you make her your girlfriend, or she'll do the things that she'll be quiet and respectful and pleasant with you, and she'll bring you a certain level of peace only if she sees that there is some type of title or some type of benefit to her personally, which means that she's somewhat of a chameleon, right? It means that she's picking and choosing where to put on certain different masks. You understand? You want to look for the type of woman who she can enjoy what you provide, and she's grateful for it, and she's not putting any pressure on you to create some type of title, and she understands, well, he's choosing to spend time with me, and that's the most important part. Because you have a lot of these women, there's a lot more we could talk about, because some women is like, oh, if you don't make a certain amount of money, then you can't expect my submission and my femininity. If you don't have a certain type of job, if you don't drive a certain type of car, if you're not this tall, you understand? All of these different things, right, are a result of women who they put conditions on their own womanhood. You understand? And those are the type of women that you have to be careful with, because a real woman knows that okay, there's this saying that you don't dress for the job you have, you dress for the job you want. Meaning that, if you want to be a big shot, you want to be important, you want to get that raise, you want to get that promotion, you have to carry yourself as such. And then your boss, the thought is that your boss will recognize, oh, this guy, he dresses well, he's always on time, he does great work. He more than likely he deserves to be my next, he deserves to get the next promotion to become the next manager in the company, right? Because you don't dress for the job you have, you dress and carry yourself for the job you want. You understand? And that's how things work. So if you have a woman that she's only a girlfriend, but she wants the job of wife, but she's not willing to execute wifely duties because she doesn't respect the title of girlfriend at this point, then she's showing that she doesn't have a lot of integrity, and her level of commitment, her level of femininity, her level of womanhood is conditional. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to be very careful with that. And a lot of guys, they fall for it. A lot of guys is like, oh, well, hopefully, she's my girlfriend, and she sometimes I don't really like the way she treats me, and I don't like the way she behaves. But hopefully once I put a ring on it, she'll start acting different. And then they come to realize that they get into a binding agreement with a person who's not actually willing to change, because they never showed any of those qualities in the first place. They only promised that those qualities would come out after a certain conditional requirement was met, which was marriage or some type of title. You get what I'm saying? Now, please don't get me wrong. I am not saying anything negative about marriage. I'm not saying anything negative about having a girlfriend or being monogamous or being in a serious relationship. I'm not saying any of those things. I mean, I actually support those things. But what I'm saying is you have to be careful in choosing the type of people who you allow to be in those type of positions in your life. And you can't allow a person to promise you that they're going to rise to the level of the title when they haven't shown any characteristics or any abilities connected or even parallel to the title. You get what I'm saying? A woman can't tell me that, oh, well, I'm your girlfriend right now and I'm only doing girlfriend things, but once you make me a wife, I'm going to do wifely things. No. You have to show me beforehand that you're a wife, and it also has to be unconditional. It has to be unconditional. Because for me, I'm willing to do, I'm willing to give a woman what she wants, but she has to show where her allegiance is. She has to show unconditionally that she's willing to sacrifice, that she's willing to, perform good deeds, that she's willing to submit, that she's willing to carry herself for the title that she wants and not for the title that she's at. You understand what I'm saying? She has to be willing to show that she's unconditionally down for me. You understand? Regardless of the title, regardless how much money I'm making, regardless of any of the conditions, she has to show that she's 100% down for me. You understand? I mean, we got to be able to just sit there unentertained for hours and she's still satisfied and she's still happy because she's thinking to herself, I could be any place in the world, but I'm here with him, and that's what's important. You understand? And I think guys need to really, take this message in and realize that if you're dealing with a female that she's more interested in the venue, she's more interested in where she spends time with you and less interested in the fact that she's with you. If that's the case, then that's not the type of woman you want to be with. You want to be with the type of woman that can literally just sit in the car on a hot day and feel good about it just because, you know what I'm saying? Just because she's sitting with you. You want to be with the type of woman that can, she can come with you to a world-class steakhouse, and she can, follow you around while you run errands and, pick up laundry and, pick up dry cleaning and go get food, go do food shopping. And just for the simple fact that she's with you, she's happy. You understand? That's the type of relationship you're looking for. That's the type of chick you should be looking for if you're trying to do something serious. You understand what I'm saying? And even if you're not, I really don't think as a man you should want to spend your time with any woman that is not really for you or not down for you. Even if it's just, like I said, even if it's just, a fuck buddy situation, even if it's just a friends with benefits situation, you should still be with the type of woman that has a certain level of respect and a certain level of feminine energy that responds well to your masculine energy. Simply because, you understand? Just like how the sun, the only reason why you can see the moon at night is because the sun is shining on the moon from the other side of the earth. You understand? Through space, the light from the sun is shining on the moon. So even though we can't see the sun on this side of the earth, the light is shining from the other side of the earth, hitting the moon. And at nighttime, we can see the moon. You get what I'm saying? The woman is the moon. The man is the sun. The reason why anyone sees the moon at nighttime is because of the sun. With that being said, you're looking for the type of woman who shines because of your light. You understand? A woman that shines because of your light, not a woman that's seeking to shine because of any other reason. That she's seeking to shine because of some title. She's seeking to shine because you have a certain amount of money. You understand? She's seeking to shine because of you, not in spite of you. She's looking to shine because of you. You understand? And a lot of cool things like this were said on the Game Kings documentary. A lot of things, Boss Mac, when he said dick is a gift and all that, He's like, he said it. He said the bitches shine because of the nigga. That's how it works. That's a direct quote from the Game Kings documentary. You should pick that up. You understand? But that's the type of situation you should be looking for. You understand? And not to say that we're trying to find women that we want to like influence and control and put our foot on their necks. No, what we're saying is that we want to find women that naturally vibe with us, that naturally get a feeling of being inspired and protected and cared for in a lot of different ways, simply because she's messing with us. You get what I'm saying? Not for any other reason. Not because, oh, he takes me nice places, or not because of the lifestyle, or not because of the money, or not because of anything else, but because of her feminine energy, she simply feels comfortable in your presence. Those are the type of women that you want to deal with. Like I said, whether it's a F buddy situation or it's a wife. You understand? That's where you want to be. You want to be dealing with females that are feeling you to that extent. Because like I said, if I'm out with any female and shit hits the fan, I'm jumping in front of the bullet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to do that, that daredevil shit and jump in the middle of the street and push her out the way before the truck hit her. And that's just who I am as a man. I feel like that's a man's responsibility. A man does things because it's the right thing to do, not because he feels like it. So if you ever been in this type of situation where something happens, some type of violence breaks out, and you're with if you're a chick watching this and you're with a guy and the guy runs and leaves you standing there, that's not a man. You weren't hanging out with a dude. You weren't hanging out with a man. You weren't hanging out with somebody masculine. You understand? These, there should always be a level of trust. But see, the trust comes with not just you, the individual, but also based on what you are. You understand? Meaning that you were born with the XY chromosome, so therefore it's your duty to protect the vessel that brings your seed forward to life. Like is just nature. You understand? And it's a big deal. And again, this is why guys never really have to ask what's the status of a relationship, and this is also why men should think critically and look at a woman critically who's always trying to put a label on a relationship. You understand? Now, I mean, like I said, I don't have nothing against marriage. If the both of you come to an agreement and decide that you want to be married and you want to get married, that is perfectly fine. Trust me, like, I'm not against it. But what I'm saying is, a woman should be able to love the life that you provide. She should be agreeable, and she should find value in the life with you without anything. And once you get to the point where you realize that she's down for you without anything, that gives you the true freedom to be able to give her everything. All right. So thanks for hanging out with me. I know this was a long video, but it's a heavy issue, and I feel like it's a big reason why divorce rates go up and why people break up and why people feel like they can't find the right person. A lot of us just don't have a certain we don't have enough patience to really play the numbers game, put ourselves out there and really try to meet the right person. First of all, get in touch with who we are personally so we can represent ourselves correctly and honestly. And then with that being said, we truly attract the right people into our lives, and so we can carry on. You understand? Because like I said, it's only until a person is down for you when there is nothing do you have the freedom to bestow upon that person everything. All right. So appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Please share. Please subscribe. If it's your first time you've been here, please subscribe. Hit the bell and all of that stuff. All that YouTube stuff. Trying to get like 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. You know what I mean? Still on that. All right. Please put your comments in there if you feel me, and even if you don't, if you got something to say, please put it in there. Please say it. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you're having a great day. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.
Go to badboymembership.com. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com.
All right, shout out to Mr. Lucario and Miles Cunningham, the bad boys at the dating game, and the badboymembership.com for these great prizes to help me tighten up my game. I have the Seiko watch, the Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Cologne, and a $100 gift card for Target to tighten up my spot. So now I got my wrist right, I got my smell right, I'm gonna have my spot right. Now I got my mind right because of all that game I've been learning on the badboymembership.com. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the game that you guys lay down. And y'all stay up. Peace.
What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham, and what I want to talk about today is the Bad Boy Membership Contest. All you have to do to be eligible to win the Bad Boy Membership Contest is to be a Bad Boy member. See, what we realize is that when guys join the Bad Boy Membership, they make the transition from simp to player very quickly, and we're just trying to make that transition just a little bit easier. So here's what you get if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. So here's what you receive if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. A bottle of Bad Boy Cologne by Carolina Herrera, New York. A luxury designer timepiece. And a $100 gift card. To increase your chances of winning, share this post in your story, tag 3 friends, and subscribe to Mr. Lucario or the Miles Cunningham YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. And follow Real Mr. Lucario and Miles in the Game on Instagram. The winner will be announced at the first of the month. Good luck.